even drier. Wheat farmers are no longer able to harvest wheat, grow wheat. In Brazil, the Rio Negro, driest on record in the last 100 years. It's a mudflat, and at this point it's over a mile wide. And the 2010 drought in Amazon. This is an indication of greenness of the Amazon rainforest. And the oranges and browns are dried out areas. And you can see how dry the Amazon was in 2010. And so almost 1 million square miles of vegetation affected by drier than normal conditions. And what do you get when you get very dry vegetation? Unfortunately, you get a lot of brush fires. But it, well, again, wasn't confined to any one continent. Again, in 2010, the forest fires in Russia, spreading rapidly over that country. And the haze and smog and smoke was so bad in Moscow, it was really a health hazard just to get outside. And this is a map showing the increase in carbon dioxide levels over Moscow. The reds, you know, very dangerous levels of carbon monoxide. And so 4 months later, food prices reached record highs after Russia, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan halted grain exports. And if we look back the past 20 years or so, you can see how food prices are on the increase because of shorter supply, because of irregular harvesting, uncertainty, and so forth. And the president of Russia said, you know, we really should do something more about climate change. They talk a good talk, but they don't walk a very good walk. Phoenix, Arizona last summer. Tremendous dust storms engulfed the city. These are dust storms in Phoenix. Those are over a mile high of dust blowing up from the deserts. Over a mile high. And this happened not once, but 3 times last summer. And in 2011, through the summer, the drought conditions in the United States, and you can see where the focus of drought was right over Texas and into Oklahoma and New Mexico. Bastrop, Texas. Hundreds of homes lost, lives lost. 252 out of 254 counties in Texas had forest fires or wildfires. And if you look at the number of forest fires compared to the increase in temperature, there's a very strong correlation. In the last 30 years, the wildfire season has increased 2.5 months because of warmer conditions and dry conditions. And if we continue business as usual with increasing the carbon dioxide and temperature increases, you can see with just 1 degree of warming how much more area will be prone to be burned by forest fires. And the fires threaten Los Alamos, New Mexico almost. Coming very close. And in southeastern Australia, the state of Victoria, wildfires could be seen from satellites and consume thousands and thousands of square kilometers. course, the animals protected, and of course the symbol of Australia, the koala bear getting a drink. And Mr. Gore was in Australia very shortly after this, and he was doing a presentation, and there were about 25 of these firefighters present there. And when he had finished, they came up and told him they had started a campaign where they were walking across Australia to bring awareness of climate change in that country, the firefighters. So they saw firsthand that something needed to be done, and quickly. And in 2011, the first 6 months, a global drought affecting huge portions of the world. Canada, North America, southern United States, Mexico, Asia, Europe, Middle Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. Vast areas, and a lot of these regions are key food-producing regions. Close to 400 million people affected by drought in the first 6 months of 2011. So that is our new reality. That's the new climate normal.
Now, the United States didn't even go to Africa